I got my hands on the brand new WNUF spin-off special, Trick or Treat with Reed Richmonds, on DVD, and today we're going to be talking about this, all of the special features, as well as the October 1995 issue of What's Your Damage?, the zine that comes with the DVD. If you aren't familiar with the WNUF Halloween special, you should be, especially if you're watching this channel. For people who grew up in the 80s and 90s, watched Halloween specials on TV, and love horror movies, these are perfect. So right here I do have the WNUF Halloween special, as well as the sequel, also known as WNUF 2, but it is called Out There Halloween Megatape. Now these are both releases from TerraVision, and what's really cool is TerraVision actually has a 2-pack of these available now at Walmart. If you don't have either one of these, and you're looking for something new to watch this season, go pick that up from Walmart. I saw some pictures on Reddit, and it looks awesome, I gotta say. Also from TerraVision is actually the Frank Stewart Investigates WNUF Halloween cassette tape, featuring, of course, a bright orange cassette tape, as well as a genuine Frank Stewart fan club membership card built right into the J card. If it isn't obvious, I'm a big fan of Chris LaMartina and the WNUF films. This was released on August on DVD. I didn't immediately pull the trigger on it, but I knew I planned to pick it up to cover it this season. It finally just came in, and I watched it tonight. Now, if you go into this expecting WNUF 3, it's not quite that. This is a spin-off. It does feature Reed Richmond, who is a character in the second movie. But this is basically just a straight-up Halloween special on TV, with commercials intact. There's no real horror element to it, but I will say it is hilarious. Now, I've seen some people talk about not wanting to buy this because it's only on DVD. And I don't understand that logic when it comes to especially these movies. The fact that TerraVision put out the first two on Blu-ray at all, that's a surprise all on its own, because these movies could have been just released on DVD and it'd be fine. I kind of had the same reaction when Shout Factory put out their most recent version of Alf. They put it out on DVD, and people were like, why are you not putting this out on Blu-ray? What are we going to do, upscale it? We don't have anything Alf-related in 1080p. It was the same thing with the Extreme Ghostbusters series. I saw people saying they weren't going to buy it because they wanted the Blu-ray. Like, I'm sorry, we're lucky to be getting that released at all. And with a movie like this, you don't need anything more than DVD, trust me. As we pop it in, it does have really cool DVD menus and a surprising amount of bonus features, including Trader Tony's Twisted Trailers, which includes a bunch of trailers that don't exactly fit the vibe of, like, TV in 1995, but they feel like old forbidden grindhouse trailers and all sorts of interesting little bumpers, and some of them look like film transfers from cans from, like, actual theaters and stuff. They're a little more grindhousey, though, in their nature, so it was pretty cool just to see something a little different. Then we've got outtakes and bloopers. Nothing too crazy here. It's just cool to see some more special features on there. See what it was like behind the scenes and the making of this movie, you know? There's an audio commentary by archivist Chris LaMartina. Now, if you don't know, that's basically the guy who's the brains behind all these movies. These movies don't feature credits and stuff like that. The lore surrounding them is kind of being ruined by me even talking about it this way. I thought about doing it completely in character, you know, and everything, but, like, it's a lot harder to do that. There's also an audio commentary with Reed Richmond historian George Stover. Not only that, but it came with this zine, What's Your Damage?, an October 1995 issue, which is honestly an awesome recreation of, like, this stuff. There's lots of pages in here. It's like an actual thought-out, planned-out thing. So let's talk about the movie itself. Of course, the framing device is as great as it can be. All the stuff is actually run through and texturized with real VHS and VCRs. The in-universe monster planet is incredible. The vibes are immaculate, and I want to see more from this. Of course, it features plenty of awesome commercials. Literally a minute into this movie, I was just like settled in, ready to take in everything that this had to offer. Of course, this features Reed Richmond, who was in the Out There special. And all of these movies, including this special, are just incredibly immersive. It genuinely feels like you're watching an old TV broadcast. And sometimes I do that on Internet Archive, you know what I mean? I will go and watch old Monster Vision stuff. All of the little bumpers for Monster Planet were awesome, but there were also a few standout commercials for me. Skull Crusher 2 ad, which basically looked kind of like Primal Rage meets Mortal Kombat. Really cool to see that in here, you know. The different eras from the original WNUF to the second one, and this one's a lot like, this is the next year, as opposed, like I think the second one's from 94 and this one's from 95, so they're a lot more closely related, but there's also one for a restaurant called Taco Shark, and I'll be damned if I don't want to eat at a restaurant called Taco Shark. So throughout the program, Reed Richmonds is basically detailing the origins of Halloween, all the Celtic stuff. There's a segment on witches, vampires, werewolves, mummies. It's very entertaining, and like some of the commercials for the stuff, you're like, I want to go there. I want to watch that movie. I want to check out that TV show. Some of them are just purely hilarious. For me, these are going to be yearly watches every year. Throughout August, I found myself like, I want to watch those WNUF movies, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till it's a little bit closer. I'm going to try to space them out a little bit. Watching this today, like what is it, 2 or 3 days into fall now? It was perfect. It was much needed. So what I'll say is, if you haven't seen these, you need to go to Walmart, first of all, buy the TerrorVision 2-pack of the first 2 WNUF movies. And I will put a link in the description down below where you can buy this directly from the creators. I bought it and it shipped to me, got to my doorstep within like 5 days. Highly recommend checking this out, and the only way you're going to be able to do so is on DVD. Help support indie horror creators, especially people making such vibrant, incredible movies. And if you like this video, be sure to check out this one and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.